me. And if any doubts regarding the last class, you can ask now also. No problem. Number of students, they not attended the last class, I'm thinking. Many of you, nearly 3 to 4 people are absent. Okay, so today also the guests are absent, I'm thinking. Basil Bashir, did you attend the last class? Basil?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Tom Lynn George, what about Tom Lynn George? Attend the last class?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, fine. So let's go for the discussion directly. So we know that we already started discussion over what do you mean by consumer's budget. Consumer's a budget. Okay, so that basically related with the income of the consumer. Income of the consumer. Okay. So in this chapter, related with the notations we already studied, or some particular aspects we already studied, related with the what you can say, bundles. Okay, commodity bundles. Okay, so a consumer, if he or she, if they want to purchase a particular bundle of product, first of all they will think about the cost of that particular bundle, or the cost of the products that included in that bundle. Okay, so we already studied about a particular equation here, that is P1 x1 plus P2 x2 less than or equal to M. Okay, we studied that. So what is the meaning of this equation? Tom Lynn George, what is P1 here? P1.
Number of products of X1.
Number of
products of X1.
Here, listen here carefully. So you want to understand this carefully. Here P means price. Okay. Can you see the board? P means what is that? It is price. Okay. Next one, X1 means number of the product. Number of the product. Okay. So first commodity or second commodity, whatever it is. Okay. Here first commodity, here it is X1. First commodity X1, and the second commodity it is X2. Here price means, P1 is equal to price of the first commodity, and P2 here it is a price of the second commodity. Okay, just to keep that in your mind. Here P1 is the price of the first commodity, and X1 is the first commodity, number of the first commodity. Okay, plus P2 means price of the second commodity multiply by, or P2 into X2. Okay, number of the second product, second commodity. That's what the equation says to us. Okay, the price of the first commodity into the number of that first commodity plus price of the second commodity into number of that second commodity. That always should be less than income or equal to the income. Less than the income or equal to the income. So this equation is very much important for us. That is, you can see here, P1 x1 plus P2 x2 less than or equal to M. Less than or equal to M. So we want to understand what is P here and what is X here. Here P means price of the commodity. Okay. P1 means price of the first commodity. X1 is the number of the first commodity plus price of the second commodity into number of the second commodity. That's what P2 into X2 always less than income or equal to income. Less than income or equal to income. So that equation is very much important for us. Okay. So whatever may be the number of the product related with that price of the commodity, price of that particular commodity in that bundle will change. Sometimes the number of the commodity is increasing, related with that price. Okay, the money what you are spending to purchasing that particular bundle, a particular item also will increase. So keep that equation in your mind properly. P1 x1. P1 into x1 plus P2 into x2 is equal to or less than the income. Less than the income. Here I am denotes income of the consumer. Income of the consumer. Okay. So we discussed about budget line here. Budget line. Okay. You can see if you are going to purchase a particular product like mangoes, there is a point here. Okay. You can find a extreme point. Okay. So in intersects you can see here M divided by P2 and M divided by P1. Okay, M divided by P2 in the vertical axis and M divided by P1 in the horizontal axis. This is the maximum. This is the maximum limit. Here we can find an intersection here. Okay. Okay, one is horizontal, another is a vertical one. So this is the maximum limit. And we are going to join this m divided by P2 to m divided by P1. So this line is basically called as the budget line, budget line. So consumer cannot purchase anything more than this budget line. Always the purchase of the consumer is below the budget line, always it is. Okay, so if the price is constant, always the consumer can purchase the bundle always below the budget line, There is no chance to move beyond the budget line, because income is less than that always. Okay, income is always less than that. So we made another formula here. You can see P1x1 plus P2x2 is equal to M, that we know here, and x2, price of the second commodity, is always equal to M divided by P2, minus P1x1 into x1. Okay, so it's a simple calculation method it is. Okay, so already we discussed that. Okay, so next one we are discussing about the slope of the budget line. That also we know that always it is a minus. Okay, here the number of product in this horizontal axis, I mean bananas, if you want to increase, anyway number of mangoes in this line will decrease, like the budget line also will change, it will come down. All right, yes or no? Is that idea clear or not? Hanna Salim, is that idea clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, so just keep that in your mind. Okay, so that's what that minus P1 divided by P2, that's what the slope of the budget line here. Okay, next one, we discuss about changes in the budget set. Okay, so tell me, when the budget set will change, when it will change. We know that with a perfect or a particular income, there is a limitation for the consumer to purchase the product. Okay, so a budget line always constant. Okay, with that particular price, it always we can find it is constant. There is no changes in that. Clear? But sometimes this budget line will change. Okay, sometimes it will move upward, sometimes it will come downward. How it is? How it will change?
When more of items are purchased, the budget moves.
Okay, so Aishwarya, what is the condition for purchasing more items? What we require to purchase more items?
Variation in the income.
Definitely, Aishwarya. Okay, what you told is correct, but the main concept is what is that? Income variable. Okay, variation in the income. Okay, if income increases, what will happen there? The budget line will move away from the origin, because we are able to purchase more commodities, more quantities of that particular particular bundle. We are able to purchase more. Okay, so income increasing. Okay, one more situation is there. What is that? One more situation. Not related.
And one bundle has more of items, and the other bundle has less. Or equal.
Okay, we related with the two different bundles. Okay, so that is related with what? Price fluctuation, right or not? If price decreases also, this will happen. What will happen there? Number of items what you are purchasing will increase. Okay, so we already studied that in the marginal rate of substitution. We already studied that. So these are the two situations where this budget line will move away from the origin or come closer to the origin. Chances are there. Femina, are you there? Understanding? Are you able to understand, Femina? Is that idea clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, so that's it. So here you can see the set of available bundles depend on the prices. So we know that the product what we are going to purchase, okay, the number of that particular items or that commodity is basically related with our income and the price of that commodity. Here, the set of available bundle depend on the prices on two goods and the income of the consumer. Okay, basically it is the prices and the income of the consumer. Price and income of the consumer. When the price of either of the goods or the consumer's income changes, the set of available bundle is also likely to change. Okay, so that idea is clear, right or not? Okay, number of items changing and the same time the income changing. Okay, sometimes income will increase or sometimes it will decrease. Okay, related with this, the budget line will change. Suppose the consumer's income changes from M to M dash, but the prices of the two goods remain unchanged. Okay, in this situation, the first situation, the income of the consumer that is changing from M to M dash. Okay, but price of the commodities are not changing, changing. In this situation also, the consumer is able to purchase more number of products, more commodities he can purchase related with that particular bundle because his income increased, his or her income increased. So budget line will change there. Okay, so in the second situation, you can see that with the new income, the consumer can afford to buy all bundles X1 and X2 such that P1 X1, the same price, no changes in the price. Okay, P1 X1 plus P2 X2 equal to or less than M dash, the new income, clear? Now the equation to the budget line is P1 X1 plus P2 X2 is equal to M dash, clear? Yes or no? Here M dash, that is basically discussing about the income, that new income. Okay, new income that may be increasing or decreasing, that we don't know. Anyway, if it is increasing, we are always used to, or we can say that he or she is able to purchase more number of commodities, with the same price, There is no change in the price. Okay, so equation can be converted into X2 is equal to M dash divided by P2 minus P1 divided by P2 into X1. Okay. So just converting that equation. Okay. So don't worry, you can easily understand the things here. Note that the slope of the new budget line is the same as the slope of the budget line prior to the change in the consumer income. However, the vertical intercept has changed after the change in the income. So vertical intercept means we are going to increase some particular commodity or one commodity here, maybe X1 or X2. Okay, the slope is not changing, but intercept might change. Sometimes it will increase, number of bananas will increase, sometimes number of mangoes will increase. Related with that, the budget line will change. Slope remains the same. Okay, so you can see here, if M dash is greater than M, the vertical as well as the horizontal intercept increase. There is a parallel outward shift of budget line. You can see parallel outward shift. So here it is. So here is the intercept here. Okay. So the second one is the second line, M divided by P2, M divided by P1. Here you can see that the second set, I can give here A and B. Okay, so this line is the M dash line. Okay, the purchase level with the new income. Here, income increased. So what happened here? There's a outward parallel line created here. Okay, so we can create a outward parallel line. Okay, so is that clear or not? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so vice versa. So income decreases, what will happen? Income decreases, another new one parallel line will be created, but is close to the origin. So the consumer can buy more of the goods at the prevailing market price. Similarly, the income goes down. That means M1 is less than M. M1 is less than M. Both intercept decreases, and hence there is a parallel inward shift of the budget line. If income goes down, the availability of goods goes down. So income reduces, availability of goods also will go down. So unable to purchase that many quantity of the goods that purchased earlier. Okay, Okay, so you can see this figure here. Changes in the set available bundles of goods resulting from changes in the consumer's income. A decrease in income causes a parallel inward shift. It will coming closer to the origin. Okay, and income increases. What will happen there? Income increases, outward shift will be there. Now suppose the price of the bananas change from P1 to P1 dash, but the price of mangoes and consumers' income remain unchanged. At the new price of bananas, the consumer can afford to buy all bundles X1, X2 such as at the rate of P-1 X1 plus P2 X2 less than or equal to M. The equation of the budget line is P-1 X1 plus P2 X2 is equal to M. Here we are discussing about changes in the price. If the price changes, also the same thing will happen. There. If the price decreases, we are able to purchase more commodity of that particular product. So here you want to understand, in that bundle, two products are there. Okay. Same time price of both commodity will not decrease or increase. Any one commodity, Here they mentioned about the banana here. So that's what the P dash, new price of X1, new price of X1. Okay, is that clear? Is that idea clear? Okay, so the question is, Shubham, are you there? Shubham Pal, can you listen? Can you hear me, Shubham Pal? Shubham.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me, when we can find the changes in the budget line? Tell me 2 situations.
Sir, when
there are 2 situations are there. Okay, in those situations, the budget line will change. In one situation, the Subhambal, can you hear me? Are you there?
yes, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, budget change when it will not sell.
Budget change will? I can hear you, Subham. Wait, I'll give you a chance again. Okay, where is Tomlin George? Are you there, Tomlin George? Tomlin. Atul, can you hear me, Atul?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, Atul, what are the 2 situations?
Sir, first situation is when the income increases or decreases.
First situation is related with the income. Okay, next one.
Sir, the price of the commodities.
Price of the commodity in the bundle. Price of the commodity in the bundle. Okay. So, at what situation the budget line will move away from the origin? Anna Salim. In which condition the budget line will move away from the origin?
Income increase.
Okay, income increases or one more condition is there. If income increasing, we know that that budget line will move away from the origin. Next one, next case.
Commodities price will decrease and that.
Commodities price decreases. Okay, so 2 situations are there. And then tell me, Anju CB, at what time the budget line will coming closer to the origin? Anjo.
When the price decreases or increase.
Price?
Increase or decrease.
I'm asking when the line is coming closer to the origin. Budget line will come closer to the origin. What are the situations? Easy only. Anna Salim told now. Just opposite of that. What are they? What are the 2 situations?
Income decrease.
Income decreases. The first situation. Then next.
Price
What is the next situation? What is the relation with the price?
increases.
Price increases. Okay. Accepted. Okay, here listen carefully. So this is basically we can say the simple idea. Already we know that demand and the price that has inverse relation. Okay, if price increases, demand decrease. Okay, price decrease, demand increase. Already we studied that in the case of marginal utility of the commodities. Okay, MU. Okay, that is related with the satisfaction level. But related with the commodity, the price decreases, always the consumer will show a demand towards that. We will purchase more in number. Okay, so inverse relation with between the price and the demand for the commodities. So you want to understand one thing. So budget line, okay, that's the line Okay, there is a limit is there related with the income. Okay, that much only we are able to purchase. Okay, always our purchase is equal to the total income, equal to the income or less than the income, equal to the income or less than the income. Okay, anyway, there is no chance to purchase more than the income. Example, you went to a shop with 100 rupees, and you purchased many things, many items all together. 150 rupees came, 150 rupees. Are you able to take all those things to home? What you purchased in your cart, what you added in your cart, all these things you are able to take to home? Can you? No. Why? What is the reason?
Because it's more than the income.
It is more than the money what we have with us, and it is not affordable for us. We are unable to pay for it. Okay, then next, what we will do?
We reduce the number of items.
Definitely we will give up. We will reduce the number of items, and we will make that bill less than 100 or equal to 100. Less than 100 or equal to 100. That's the only idea. Nothing more than that. Okay. So always think about budget. This idea should be in your mind. Okay. You are able to go to a shop. You are able to purchase as many items what you want. Okay. You can keep that in your cart, but unable to pay for it. Okay. Because that much backup not with us. Okay. That much money not in our pockets, not in our pocket. So we are unable to purchase. So we want to give up. Okay, some items we want to give up. We will not able to, or it is not affordable for us. We are unable to pay for it. Okay, understanding or not? So that's what the relation. So price of the commodity is increasing. What will happen there? Demand for that particular commodity will decrease. Okay, example, before 2-3 months, or not 4 months before, I'm thinking so, the price of onion that came nearly 200 rupees to 250 rupees, 200 to 250 per kg. Then what happened? Okay, all we people reduce the usage of that particular product in our home. Okay, what is that? Onion. Okay, we reduce that usage. Okay, if you are going to hotels before the fluctuation in the price, okay, if whatever the product they will give to us, I mean whatever the eatable items, readable item they will serve on the table, they will simply keep this sliced onion with that, along with the food item. They will keep the sliced onion. So the price of the onion that increased into 250 rupees and 300 rupees, what happened there? There is no onion on the table. Okay. If you are asking also, they won't give that because demand increased. Okay. They are unable to afford that. So no supply for that particular product. We are unable to utilize that. So that idea should be in your mind always. Okay. So price of the commodity increasing, what will happen there? Demand will decrease. Okay. At the same time, one more thing also want to add along with that. Price of the commodity increased, our income also increased. What will happen there? We cannot find any change in that. We will purchase it. That is affordable. That's affordable. We will purchase that. So two ideas are connected with the purchasing of different products there. Okay. So that's what our income and price of that particular commodity. So that's called with the budget line or a budget set. In that set only we are able to purchase. Nothing more than that. We are able to purchase less than that anyway. If you want to keep up some money as in what we can say saving, we are always thinking about purchasing less than our income, or using less than our income. Okay. So this is the idea behind it. So see one more time, you can see here. So this is the limit. Okay. So related with mangoes, if price of mangoes is 5 rupees, a person can purchase maximum 4 mangoes only. Understanding or not? So what will happen there? Here only one vertical line will be here. Okay, it won't go there, but because we are unable to purchase bananas, all 20 rupees we spend there, right? Okay, if we are always only spending money to purchase bananas, we can find a flat line here. Okay, unable to purchase mangoes. Understanding or not? Is that idea clear? Okay, so this is what our set. Here it is two mangoes we can purchase with that 20 rupees along with the 2 banana. Okay, so 4 into 5, 20. That's what our income. So this is the intersection here. Okay, and we join here. So price of the first commodity into price of the quantity of the first commodity plus price of the second commodity into quantity of the second commodity, that always equal to M or less than M. Okay, equal to the income or less than our income, less than our income. Hope you got the idea now. Okay, is that clear? Anjo, Shubham Pal,
Sir.
Shubham, are you there, man? Shubham?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the idea is clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Next, we discussed about changes in the budget sheet. Changes in the budget sheet. That same thing. Okay, here M dash that denotes changes in the income. Okay, if our income, sometimes it will increase or sometimes it will decrease. If income increases, what will happen there? We are able to purchase more number of commodities. In that particular set, we are able to purchase more number, even x1 or x2 we are able to purchase in more numbers. That is up to our choice, and our preferences. What we want to choose, it's mango or banana, that's up to us or up to our preferences. Okay, so M dash, so the equation will change into P1 into x1 plus P2 into x2 is equal to the new income M dash, M dash. Okay, now we are able to make a change in the equation here. Instead of M, what came here? M dash came, because we are now our new income is related with the product what we are going to purchase. Okay, new income is related with the price of the commodity that what we are going to purchase. So that's going to be the changes in the budget set. When it will change? When income increasing or decreasing, or the price of the commodities increasing or decreasing. Okay, or decreasing. Okay, in both cases, if income increases, what happened there? The budget line will move away from the origin. Budget line will the new budget line will move away from the origin. If income decreases, it will coming closer to the origin. In the same sense, the price of the commodity increasing, the budget line will coming closer to the origin, or what will happen there? In the next situation, the price of the commodity is decreasing, the budget line will move away from the origin, because we are able to purchase more number of commodities. That is a simple logic behind that, Okay, so economics we discussed, that's a branch of science related with money, wealth, okay, and how to make money and how to spend money wisely. Okay, so we want to understand all these aspects properly. This is, you don't want to think what no need to use the 6th, 7th, 8th senses here. Simple logic or simple common sense is enough to understand these ideas. Okay, so most of you people are going to shop. Okay, so you connect these ideas with your daily life. What you people are doing related with spending money, just think about that. Okay, you can easily understand the things there. So that only once I told to discuss with your parents and to find out the price of the different commodities and the quantity what you are using that in your house. Okay, and today's assignment that only. Okay, number of you people submitted that. I am happy in that, but the number of students still, okay, nearly 6 to 7 students still they are not submitted that assignment. Okay, clear? But just do that. Okay, that's for the sake of you only. I'm speaking to you people now. Just do the assignment is time. That will help you to improve the grasping capacity. Okay, nothing more than that. Just to do that and try to learn in a better way. So I hope this idea is crystal clear for now, you people. Right? Either okay. Any more explanation required or not? Any more explanation? Okay, and then I will ask some questions there. Anila Mohanan, are you there? Anila?
Yes, sir.
Anila?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me, Anila?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then tell me, Anila, what is this ordinal approach of utility analysis? Ordinal approach.
In this approach, one believes that it is comparable. One can express her satisfaction ranking.
Satisfaction level. So ordinal approach is always connected with the preferences. Is that statement correct? Or is this statement correct? Ordinal approach of utility analysis is connected with preferences. Either correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Right. Okay, I understood that. Then Karthik, what do you mean by marginal utility or diminishing marginal utility? Just tell me, what do you mean by diminishing marginal utility?
Sir, when we buy a certain number of products, first product will give the maximum number of satisfaction, and then later products satisfaction level will decrease.
Satisfaction level will decrease. Okay, exactly. Correct it is. Okay. So related with the number of products what we are consuming or purchasing regularly, the first commodity is able to provide the maximum satisfaction. If we are purchasing more in number, the satisfaction deriving from that particular commodity will less. It will reduce. Okay. So that is called as diminishing rate of marginal utility. Diminishing rate of marginal utility. Marginal utility. Okay. Then tell me, Mr. Amal Raj, what do you mean cardinal approach of utility? Cardinal approach. Cardinal approach. Fast. Amal Raj is telling papers like anything. Amal Raj, can you find? Make it fast. Amal, too many pages. Okay, let's give some time for Amal Raj. Anat, please speak about that. Cardinal approach of utility.
We can measure in like we can it's measurable. Cardinal.
Okay. Cardinal approach is measurable with what? You are using cardinal numbers to measure the utility, right? Okay, simply speaking, so we will use cardinal numbers to measure the utility of the product. But actually, in a normal sense, it is not possible. It is not possible. Okay. So that's what we are studying about the ordinal utility. So far, what are the things we discussed here? That all connected with the ordinal utility approach only. Ordinal utility approach only. Is that correct, Aparna? We are always choosing different bundles that related with the price of the commodity and the preferences what we are giving to that particular bundle, right? Yes. Okay. So these are the things what we discussed. And in the next period, we already completed one chapter from statistics. Okay, presentation of data. Presentation of data. Yesterday, or day, not yesterday, day before yesterday, we completed almost all the topics from that particular chapter. Right? Okay. And today I want to upload the notes from that chapter. Before that, one more time we will discuss almost all the things there. Okay, because almost 1 month we what we can say nearly 14 to 16 classes we used to complete that chapter. So one more time we will revise those things there, and any doubts are means you can clarify that and study that chapter for the examination well. Okay, so next period be ready with that book, statistics book, and the notes and the graph papers what you use to prepare different set of graphs. Okay, Anila, Aditya, Basil, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so be ready with the items what we required to learn that particular chapter. Okay, and now I am using this time for a simple discussion. If you have any doubt related with any of the topics what we discussed here, you can ask me now. Make it fast. So you understood what is the budget set, and we are moving backward the consumer's budget here, and indifference curve, the ICs. Okay, indifference curve. So we know that indifference curve is related with the different bundles where consumer is not feeling any difference, because related with the what we can say, related with the income of the particular consumer, he or she is able to purchase that much only, nothing more than that, So can we connect this indifference curve with our budget line? A simple question to you. So this is the indifference curve here. Okay, can we connect this indifference curve with our budget? Can we connect or not? You already studied here. What is that? What we studied there? Higher the indifference curve, more the satisfaction. Higher the indifference curve, more the satisfaction. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes.
Yes, sir.
One more thing what we studied in the budget line also. What is that? More the income, the budget line will move away from the origin. So the concept is almost same only, right or not? So related with the budget or related with the indifference curve, That same only, right? So here you can draw a budget line here. Okay. So budget line is closer to the origin, and the indifference curve also closer to the origin there, right? The second set, budget line move away from the origin, same time higher the indifference curve. The indifference curve also move away from the origin. Okay. In the third indifference curve and the third budget line here. Okay, budget line here. What happened? Budget line also move away from the origin. The indifference curve also move away from the origin. So we are able to purchase more number of commodities. The same time, the satisfaction level also will increase, right? Yes or no? So it is interconnected. Both these ideas are interconnected. That we will learn in the next topic. So ICs and budget line. IC and budget line is interconnected. We will discuss that later. And we have already discussed one more other topic. Okay, indifference curve. Straight IC. What is the situation? What is the situation here? The situation with two different commodities, basically considering as perfect substitutes. Here we used two commodities like a 5 rupee coin and a 5 rupee currency note. Okay, the satisfaction and utility of the both items are the same. So always it will show 1:1. 1:1. So equation is changes in the y divided by changes in the change in the x. Okay, minus 1 divided by 1 is equal to 1. Always that change is 1 only. Okay, we learned that too, right? Okay, guys. Okay, so is the ideas are clear or not?
Yes,
So this
sir.
is the first chapter. I mean, the second chapter. We are dealing with all these curves and graphs. Okay, so understand the things properly, because we want to use this application hereafter also. Okay, so just to keep that in your mind. Okay, guys. Thank you very much, and we will meet in the next class. In the next class, you should be ready with the items to complete that particular chapter called presentation of data. One more time we want to discuss, because one or two students are not attended at the beginning of that particular chapter, presentation of data. So thank you everyone.